And we are live.
Oh, okay. So you want me to drop an intro down, or?
Yeah, yeah, drop the intro down. We're live, baby.
Alrighty, guys. Welcome to race number two, round one of the Phantom Racing League Pro-Am Series race. And if you haven't taken a bathroom break, you better do it now because you are going to be in for the long haul. Because we're getting ready for what is shaping up to be potentially the longest race on our schedule.
Most definitely, man. It's about to be a very long race tonight, and hopefully y'all enjoy it. These guys are about to put an amazing show on, and we gotta sit here and watch it. So it's gonna be a fun time in the booth, man.
And how many guys do we have in the field tonight?
So originally it was 14. Actually, originally it was 15, and then some things came up with a few guys, and I think we're gonna have 12 tonight, which is not a bad number. During the
No, it
playoffs,
ain't.
that's when some people leave if they didn't make it into the playoffs or just stop showing up. But we got a pretty good field tonight. So you want to go over picks right now, or you want to save it?
I think we can save it for right now. They're still probably in the
All
middle of
right, all right,
qualifying.
all right.
I gotta
Well,
pull
we could
up
talk about
the
this.
I gotta pull up the standings. I'm still in the waking up process right now. And the standings should be updated too after the Richmond race on Saturday. So I'm interested to see how that comes out. Of
Most
course,
definitely,
no,
man.
no, no surprise. Mark McIntyre has a commanding lead right now.
With Mark McAtack and the performance that he has been giving us week in and week out has been insane. And he's looking to win that championship, man. And he's definitely looking to get another win tonight. Um, but I just want to point out, you like my little display layout? I organized it a little bit, made sure everyone gets the uh, the thingy-mabobber. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're calling it thingy-mabobber. Deal with it. Um, so everyone's sponsors nice and big, and we don't have one that's big and one that's small. Everything's all good, and we got some surprises at the end of each stage in the winner tonight. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. But right now, it's if we're shaping up, you're looking at guys near the bottom because it's what the top eight drivers are left after round one, or
What happened?
where's the where's oh I was gonna say where's the cutoff at? Eight drivers at the end of round one.
Correct. So we're right now we are on the round of 12, and the next round will be the round of 8. And in the round of
Perfect.
12, we have 4 races. We already done one, which was Richmond last week, and we've seen Mark McAtack dominate that race. And Nomad had a very good run that race. It's something that we need to talk about. And what kind of momentum is that going to bring? He fell back late in the race, but he ran up front, so that's some strong momentum that I think he has with him tonight. And we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens, man.
Yeah, Nomad definitely had a good run. Portal guy had a good run last week too. We're also let's not forget about that little bit of drama because that 50 car running today, the
Yeah,
rookie.
it is, but Portal will not make it.
Oh, he won't. Oh, that is so unfortunate.
And you got to remember, with the way the playoffs are, it's all about consistency. With drivers not making it, it's just gonna keep hurting them more and more. And hey, it's their funeral, and some of them it's not even their choice. Work just screws
No,
them
it's
over.
not.
But
It does.
it is what it is, and we're gonna bring a show on tonight.
Yeah, but Portal I think can afford to miss a race or two in round one. It's really round two that he should needs to be here for because he's in third place in the points right now, so he's really
Hmm.
not in effect. But right now you got a guy like Technasi who's been actually pretty good for the races he's shown up to. Been pretty consistent, but right now he is sitting well below that cutoff line. And MN Pro Trader sitting right on that cutoff line, about 39 points ahead of P. Fulton.
That's pushing
So he's
PP
definitely
Fulton. Cannot forget about him, man. That dude has had
no.
some crazy runs that he put together. Starting at Road America, man. He came out of his shell and he said, "Hey, man, it's time to turn this thing up." And pushing P Fulton is making his way through the pack, and that's exactly what he did at Road America. And he been on a momentum run, but last race at Richmond, we didn't really see that same P Fulton. So I think he had the flu. To be honest with you, he's racing with the flu last week, so he's not sick this week. So hey, what can we expect out of him tonight?
Well, right now it's all about consistency. He needs to pull off, maybe even try for a stage win, maybe try and go off strategy to get a stage win potentially, because he's going to need some help because right now you got MN Pro Trader who, when he's on a good day, is going to be a top 5 car. So you're definitely going to be looking to beat him. And
And
then not
another
so
driver,
far ahead of him is MF Kari.
and another driver that we cannot forget about is Ultra Citron. You know, he led half the season. He was first in the points, and then he ran into a little slump. And I think he's trying to turn it around tonight. He been practicing all week. This is the most I've seen him practice for a race. So hopefully he does a way better job than he did at Richmond. And yeah, he's ready to. He wants that win, man. He's hungry, and because you got to think the last time he has gotten a win was in the beginning of the season at Daytona, and I think he just wants to beat Mark. He worry about
Oh,
him more than anything. He just wants to beat him. But I think it's a good thing to put on your resume when you can beat Mark McAtack, the guy that has 7+ wins over the season.
yeah, no, and Ultra Citron was the little hidden story of Richmond because really he wasn't the story of Richmond. He rode in the back the whole race, which is so uncharacteristic of a guy
Mm-hmm.
who's running second in the points. So definitely is driving him to get that extra practice time and looking to have that rebound he needs to keep himself up there with Mark McAtack to even keep himself in the fight.
Most definitely, man. And trying to think who else we can talk about that had a good run. You said we have to go over Kari. Kari, you cannot forget. This is one of Kari's best tracks. He has been practicing, and he been saying to Mark, "Hey, I'm coming for you tonight." So he been saying that and whispering in his ear all damn week. So either Kari's gonna be there, or Mark put a little bit of extra time in to make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, he did say that he did say in the interview last week that Charlotte was going to be a track he is beatable at, and Kari said it's one of his better tracks. So that is definitely something to be watching out for today.
Most definitely, and who else did we not talk about? Tech Nasi will be in the field tonight. You cannot forget about him. He won at Dover a few weeks back. That was the last race of the
Yeah,
regular season, and he got his first win. So that was pretty cool. He'll be one to watch throughout the race.
he's going to be one to watch the rest of round one because he is right on that cutoff line, about a position down. So he's the second below the cutoff line, but he's still within reach of MN Pro Trader. So right now it's, can he get that consistency to stay not only ahead of MN Pro Trader, but who's ahead of him or behind MN Pro Trader in the point standings? Let me pull that back up. Oh, P. Fulton, who's also going to be pushing it pretty hard, being down by only 30. But Technasi has about almost 100-point gap to make up. So look for him to try and remake that, or rekindle that run he had at Dover,
Mm-hmm.
especially on a race like this where this is going to be the hardest one to do because it's the longest race. Your consistency in this race is going to determine whether or not you're going to be there at the end.
Most definitely, man, and we cannot forget about this one driver. We talked about him last week, and we were all sending prayers his way. MFF Ed, though, looking to make his way back on track and have a good run. And we're happy to see him back on the track. I mean, he's probably pissed that he came back for Charlotte. That's the longest race, so he's gonna be sitting in that chair for a while, and he's gonna get it done out there.
He's probably upset that he missed out on a potential good run at Richmond, which is a run that he could definitely use right now to pull himself away from that cut line, because with missing that race, it just pulled him closer to it.
Yeah, he's like a shark out of water right now, and he's just trying to get back in the water, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be hard to find your way back in, but I think he's got the skill enough to get him there, so I'm not too worried about Ed.
And I see we got 5 viewers right now. Thank you guys for coming. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit it down there and ring that bell. And give us a thumbs up on this video.
Heck yeah, especially with the season that we've got going on. Remember that we're also on Thursdays too. Going to start. Today's the start of the round 2 for both the Pro-Am Series and the regular Pro Series. So definitely be sure to watch this race again on Thursday.
Most definitely, man. It's gonna be a sight to see. Yeah. So one thing that I've been noticing all for the past 2 days, there have been some lag storms, and we're all prepared for it. We got the I don't want to say that on stream. We got a weapon. All right, we got a weapon, and we're not afraid to use it. So we're expecting it, and we see some hearts coming in. Thank you guys, and can't forget about Ultra Citron's cheerleader in the chat. She was here last week, so big shout out to her.
Heck yeah. Nope, Daytona's not the only one dealing with weather right now, so we're hoping to be able to fight through that weather and be able to give you a good product today.
Most definitely, man. And just give me a second. I'll be back. I need to go see what's up with race control and see what's happening.
Alrighty, and I'll keep running my mouth trying to make it sound interesting. Because I can't see what... Actually, no, I think I can see what chat says. Give me a minute to go back to YouTube, or at least reopen it. Ooh, that almost knocked my bloody headset off, so that was cool.
All right, I'm back. I knew it was only going to take 2 seconds, so you had to hang in there. I think you did a pretty good job, not going to lie. As I'm getting word from one of our admins that is in the race. Qualifying just finished, and that we are awaiting the results. And I just realized something. We need to see who's streaming tonight.
Oh, we even got Parley in the stream chat. Look at that.
Yeah,
Also, a guy coming off of a big win on Thursday. I hope y'all saw that one, because he was one. He couldn't talk, as I can't right now. We couldn't get a word in with him after the race on Thursday. So glad to see that he's in here.
Most definitely, and we are just awaiting invites. And Ed is streaming tonight, so we will be using his hood cam to see what's up. All right, you got that right, Wallbridge? You got his channel and everything.
What?
Ed's channel. Ed.
Ed, though, I think. Let me see if I can go back.
With the poll,
right,
29,402 set by Mark.
No way.
Macatek.
Mark Macatek. Wow, that's interesting. All right, I got an invite from Ultra Citron.
And right behind him, the man, the myth, the legend, Ultra Citron, starting P2 tonight.
I think you might have to send me that again.
You want me to send you his channel?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I got you.
Just before we hop in. Gotta remember to subscribe and
All right. Also, another name that we cannot forget about is Shaq, the 50 car. He had a hot seat ride in the Pro Series, and he didn't do too bad. You know, he hung in there for his first race against the big dogs, and didn't do too bad. And he's definitely looking to win tonight because he has nothing to lose. He's
Hmm.
just here to win, race clean, and have fun, man.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to get in the way of these points drivers because that's not something you want to do. These guys are pretty ruthless when it comes to the playoffs.
Alrighty, well, we got word. They're making a new lobby because of lag storms. So lag storms are already rolling in. Like I said, we were expecting this. We were ready for this. We're gonna beat up some clouds, and we got 8 viewers. If you guys haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you tap that thing.
Yeah, definitely do that. It's going to be a season and a finale or playoffs that you don't want to miss.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say, still waiting on the Ed channel thing. Come on, that's a. Nope. Boy, boy.
All right, so they are making another lobby, and yeah, that's what they're doing.
You still need to send me the stream info.
I thought I did, didn't I? Did I forget? I
Yeah,
think I forgot because I
yeah,
started
yeah,
talking.
yeah. You totally did. You absolutely forgot about me. I can't believe you did it.
Or maybe it was on purpose. No, I'm playing. All right, I sent you the info, so now you should be good. As
Perfect.
that
Now
roller
I
coaster
got it.
looks terrifying. I'm getting invites.
Oh, I love that I sent you that cursed lobster photo.
Yo, that lap's just kind of scary. So, you got invites, right, Wallbridge?
Yeah. Ultra Citron has me hooked up.
All right, so now we are just waiting for the words to join, and we're gonna see some racing, or we're gonna see some lag storm. So, I'm hoping for the first one.
Yeah, me too. I do not want the latter.
All
Oh,
right,
is
so
Keith
now we are.
actually? There's another driver we also forgot about. That 55, a Keith 2X.
Oh yeah, Keith. You know, he been here all season making every single race. There's one thing that I love about the man, and he's here every single week, puts in his effort, and he just tries his best out there, man. And that's all you can do at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it's keeping him above that cutoff line. So if he can keep doing that and keep running consistent, that'll keep him into at least the round of 8. So
Mm-hmm. And you got to think, you get one playoff point just for showing up all season long in the regular season, and we made that a thing due to last season because of a driver. You know, he'd come in every few races, and the wins just kept on stacking, and we're not about that. So we changed our
yeah,
points and now we all set and we fixed our little mess up. But hey, got to get the bugs out when you start a new league, and it's the only way you keep it on top.
yep. Now they're going through what looks like making sure the lag storms won't be a thing. I see that they're going into the race right now.
All right, we got the join, and if you guys do see some lag storms, oh yeah, this is about a. You might see some crazy stuff, even if a lag storm happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The storm might actually roll through the stream, as some would say.
All right, we joining in.
Yeah, we are able to join, and I'm loading in right now.
Yeah, me too. I'm connecting.
Yeah. So, how's everybody in the chat doing? Figured I'd talk to you guys for like 5 seconds and then get to commentate in this race. So, you know, comment down how you guys are doing. Are you excited for this race? And what are your picks tonight?
I'm wondering if Parley's caught his breath from Thursday yet. Ooh, had to sneeze there. I muted my mic so that way nobody else had to hear it. Ooh, wee.
All right.
All right, here we go, getting set up. Yeah, I think they're running through it right now.
No, we got a manual
Yep.
caution right now just to get in position, and
Yep.
yeah.
Nope, everything looks to me to be good.
Yep, that's a good sight to see. So you guys are not gonna see the lag storms. Hopefully for the whole race. It's a very long race, and let's hope that we don't break this game because of how exciting this race. We got 9 viewers right now. Shout out to y'all. Y'all are what make it possible, make it happen. The reason why we do it. And
Yep.
you know, glad to have you watching this race tonight.
Oh, Ultra Citron on P2. Look at this. Technasi third, Kari.
Uh,
Ooh.
we got lag storms.
Yep.
Yes, we do. And you guys ready for this? You guys ready
Man.
for this? Boom. You guys never seen that in your life. You guys never thought you would see that.
Oh, did you do the thing?
I did the thing. It's up. There's nothing for you to see but that. All right. So now we are just waiting for the storm to clear up, and we're gonna wait. And we're gonna try to have fun with this. And now we gotta back out of this lobby. And so what are you doing? Like, you ready for tonight, man?
I am currently pacing around my house with excitement right now, so I am definitely waiting and ready.
Yeah, you can't even sit still, huh?
Nope, I cannot.
All right, now we are waiting for the invites. They're gonna make another lobby, and sorry for the delay, folks. But you know the lag storm's on the screen. You could see it, and
Yo,
it's pretty gnarly.
it
And
is.
man,
It's
honestly,
lighting
dude,
up
if I
my
was out there,
house.
dude, honestly, if I was out there, I think I'd be able to beat up the lag storm. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would like give it that Mike Tyson knockout. You know, do the little friggin' Muhammad Ali shuffle. You know what I'm saying? And the lag storm would be gone. That would be the end of the story. And hey, you're not getting by Elvin Breeze, man. I'm sorry, but it's not happening. Imagine if they had
Actually,
a
while
lag
we're waiting
storm
through the
emote.
lag storm, we didn't get to talk to you on Thursday
Oops.
after your race.
Oh, my
So
race.
why don't you? Yeah. So why don't you walk us through
Oh no.
your Richmond race, huh?
All
Because
right.
you
All
were
right.
one of the guys we thought we were going to be looking at, and we weren't looking at you very long.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, I only had 1 day of practice. You know, I worked on the car all day long that day, and you know, I hope for the best. And all I'm looking forward to is just staying in that top four. As long as I'm able to stay in that top four, you're not gonna see Elvin go crazy and you know, start trying. But I will tell you this, New Hampshire, man, I'm gonna try my butt off to win that thing on
I
Thursday.
was
Not
going to
this
say you
Thursday, but the
better
Thursday
because
after.
apparently nobody wants to race in New Hampshire, so you might be the only one showing up.
I mean, I was ready for New Hampshire last season, and we just got the join button again. So let go.
All right. Will third time be the charm? Hopping in the lobby now. Yes, Ed, I'm joining.
So we're really happy to see Ed recover from what he's been going through, and I'm just happy to see him back out on track, man.
Yeah, did we get any word on how my partner Hamlin's been doing?
Steele, he was in the hospital, and that's why he was not there Thursday. And his father got in a motorcycle accident. I heard everything's all good though. He's all good. He went through surgery. He went through
Oh,
whatever. He's all good, and hopefully we see him next week or this upcoming
yes.
Thursday.
All right, we get ready to do the pace lap and set the field.
Right now, I still got this lag storm up, so until I know we're clear, I'm not gonna take this lag storm off because I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty sick.
It does. And that was, yeah, and Timmy Racer is the one, I believe, who made that, yeah?
Most definitely, he makes almost all of our graphics, and gotta shout him out. If it wasn't for him, a lot of this wouldn't even be possible. And
All right, well,
everything seems good right now, so I think I'm getting ready to take this lag storm away, and we're about to see the sun start shining at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
the sun banking off of turn 4. The lights are on. As we come out of turn 4, Mark McAtack will lead you to the green. Ultra Citron P2 to his outside as we hit the Geico restart zone. I think we're good. Everybody's up to speed, and we're green at Charlotte. With Ultra Citron getting a huge jump off of the restart to take the lead away. He's not waiting for Mark McAtack to leap first. He's going to do it himself as he leads him into turn 3. Mark McAtack is all over his bumper, though. He is, and Technasi into the wall, but he saves it, and now
I think the lag storm just got in his car, dude. The lag storm literally was inside of his car.
Yeah. Ultra Citron, though.
That's unfortunate.
That is a guy who needed a good run, but right now it's Ultra Citron in command of the field right now. Everybody else seems to be running all right.
Yeah, as you can see, everybody getting in line right now and everything. Everybody's just trying to find out where they need to be. And you got Mark and Ultra Citron trying to pull away from the rest of the field. As you see that number 12 of MFF Kari looking to catch him, as he said this is one of his best tracks, and he said, hey, Mark, watch out tonight. So we're seeing that right now.
Right now, it's all about, I think right now the drivers are waiting to see, all right, Technasi just had the storm hit him. Is the storm going to hit me next? Right? I think that's what we're waiting for. Is we got a nice little battle going on in the back here with MFF Nomad trying to move his way up through the field, gets past the rookie in the 50, and now sets his sights on the 27 car who's ahead of him of Fairlane Cobra.
Another newcomer that we forgot to mention. He was not here because he was dealing with he was going through another rough situation, but with a family member, and that's all I say about it. And you know, we all hope him the best for his recovery. It's definitely a hard thing to recover from, as he is running in 5th place, it looks like.
Yep, running in that P5, definitely a way to show that you're back. Kari with the 15 of Garv, 38 behind him.
Another driver we cannot forget about.
Yeah.
Him, man.
Yeah, he's definitely showing top 5 speed right now. The question is, it's still early. Can he maintain that top 5 speed throughout this event? As looking at P. Fulton now, everybody's really split up into pairs, which is kind of interesting to see. I didn't know that was the thing at Charlotte, but it's a little interesting. P. Fulton sitting back here in 6th, trying to work his way up to Nomad, who hits the apron, gets a little loose through turns 3, able to save it, trying to make a pass on the 27.
Yeah, Garv really turning some heads. I don't think anybody's seen this out of him, and he's putting himself a good run together. It's still short in the beginning, but he's doing an awesome job out there, and it's something that we love to see, a newcomer come in and run this good. And he's Mark's little pupil, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does next season.
Yeah, definitely, especially with Mark McAtack making the move up. Who's going to be the new lead dog? I think Ultra Citron is licking his lips at the opportunity to be the lead dog in this series. Trying right now, being the lead dog of this race, still hanging out in front of the 2-car of Mark McAtack. So coming to turn 3, everybody's staying in line relatively well. If the move is there, they're going to take it, but staying relatively smooth right now. As now MFF Nomad has a Hornet's Nest behind him.
Most definitely, man, as you got Fairlane Cobra pushing P. Fulton, and MFF Ed, though, on his return, right behind P. Fulton.
Yeah, the 50 car has dropped all the way to the back. Shack Attack, the last car right now. So, definitely waiting to see. As the 12 and the 15 still look to make their way up. Ed, though, riding the yellow paint scheme today. Usually he's riding the old black and blue, but right now running the yellow-black scheme.
I think the last thing that Ed wants to be is black and blue, so I think that's why he picked yellow.
Yup. Oh, but yep, now it's just a group of 4 riding in line. Nomad got to get by the 27. Now this group of 4 looking to make a freight train move to the front as P. Fulton gets to the inside of the 27, moving him up to P6. As the 27, a Fairlane Cobra, will drop to P8. As this group of 4 continues to march forward.
Another thing that we got to mention, it's going to be 2 pit stops through every stage, even this one. So that's going to be something to see as these guys go down the pit road. You know, pit road's a huge factor, and you got to make sure you don't speed. Parley knows exactly what I'm talking about. He didn't do that on Thursday, and he dominated, and he murdered the field. And I don't love to see it, but that's what y'all love to see.
Yeah, and it's going to be awesome for us to keep up with who's where through that, but I think we'll be able to manage through right now, especially the way they're running at the current point. I'm really just can't believe that the 23 and the 2 are just absolutely mincing right now. Kari and the 15 of a Garb cannot seem to catch them at all. So definitely that 23 and the 2 seem to be able to stay connected fairly well as we continue to run.
Yeah, and you know, you cannot forget patience is key, especially in the beginning of a race. You don't want to waste your tires. You don't want to do any of that. You know, you got to make the move when the move is right to make, if that makes sense. I think I kind of messed it up, but you know what I meant. But you know, just save your stuff, be patient, and when the move presents itself, it's time to go. But these guys are just staying in line, and there's no reason for them to battle because they're not going to get anything out of it. And it's nice to see all that driver etiquette out there.
Yeah, especially for a race this long, you really don't want to be pushing your stuff too early and remove yourself early from this one, because this could be a really good points day for some of these guys. Especially guys like MFF Ed, though. We're going to be looking for a strong run today. It's right now the 23 of Ultra Citron and Mark Makatek continuing to separate themselves from 3rd and 4th. Absolutely clinicking these two. That just shows you how much work these two have put into their cars, being able to lead with such dominance here.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Ultra had his eye on this number 2 car all season, and he just wants to beat him once, and that could be tonight. We don't know yet. We're gonna find out, and hopefully they put on a hell of a battle. These guys seem like they have pretty equal cars right now, but as the run goes on, only time will tell on who will have the better long run car, or maybe they're gonna be just as equal as they were in the short run.
Yeah, no, that's gonna be the story to tell. Is Charlotte's probably not going to be a caution-filled race, so... And as I'm hearing on the radios right now, it looks like we got guys that are going to be pitting coming this time, so going to be something to watch. Here comes Ultra Citron and Mark Makatek.
Oh my goodness, Kari gained so much time, but now I'm going to keep my eye on him to make sure if he speeded or not, man. He went in there flying, but we just got to see if he sped, man.
Look at Keith! 2X staying out! The only car that's still out right now!
Will that work in his favor? I'll be honest with you, I don't know. But,
oh no, and as we're hearing right now, I think Kari got flagged!
Kari with the black flag. It's something that you do not want to see.
We're gonna wait to see if we can confirm that he did. He did. Kari hit with the black flag. Too fast entering pit road. And
yeah, that's something that you do not want to see, man.
No, especially, but luckily it happened early. He'll be able to, especially at the end of stage 1, he'll be able to make up that ground and be able to come back and make a good run back at it, as long as he can stay on the lead lap, which he most likely will. But right now, it's where can the 55 of Keith come out in all of this? As the field goes by him, getting their lap back, or getting back in the lead, I believe. I don't exactly know where they fall right now.
Yeah, I think Keith got caught speeding.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Because who's in the lead right now? I should say it down in the left bottom corner on that little mini map.
It is the 23 of Ultra Citron. So the 2 now actually behind him by quite a bit. Ultra Citron pulling a gap on the 2 of Mark McAttack. What a pit stop by him.
There's multiple things that you got to think about on how this lead was created. How good was the entry to pit road? How good are the gears getting up to speed? There's multiple things in it. And, you know, how fast was that pit crew? And maybe they just executed on that, because that's a nice gap right there. Is Ultra's trying to pull away from this number 2 of Mark McAttack.
Yeah, especially when they came down pit road with Mark McAttack all over Ultra Citron's bumper as they came down. So definitely hit right on his pit exit to be able to pull away, as they have now further separated themselves from that 15 car of Garb, who has lost his little helper in Kari, who got caught speeding on pit road. Definitely going to hurt his stage 1 run, but expect him to not be back there for long after that.
Yeah, and you got to think about adjustments, man. What adjustments are going to be made as you see Nomad trailing behind him, and he lost all his buddies. He had like 4 of them behind him, so let's see what actually happened to his friends.
Now, if you're that 15 car and you know that you need a buddy to help you get around this track a little bit faster than you would by yourself, are you going to let off a little bit, save your stuff, and let that 8 car Nomad catch you up and then work with him?
Honestly, I'm beating the hell out of that car, and I'm going to probably short pit, to be honest with you, you know, get my best shot. Or he could just, you know, be stable where he is, because 3rd place, not a bad run in a stage, but there's not much you can do, because if you just look how big that lead is, that's pretty insane. And any short pit, I mean, the most you could probably get coming out of pit road, they would probably pull up in front of him. But you never know, you know, people are crazy and they'll try some stuff, and I've seen some crazy stuff, so only time will tell, man.
Yeah, we're just seeing Mark McAttack is just staying right with that 23 to make sure that they are the only 2 that can fight for this lead right now, getting farther and farther away from that 15 cars. We are now a little past halfway through this stage, coming up to, I believe it's lap 26 or 27.
Yeah, and if you look at the rest of the field, it seems like everybody has spread out, and except for these 2 and Mark McAttack and Ultra Citron, obviously. But as I'm looking through, Shaq, you know, he having a little bit of trouble back here, but he's gonna get his car to where it needs to be throughout these stages. I think he's just trying to find out where he's supposed to be, and the only time will tell, like I've been saying the whole race, because this is such a long race, and it's gonna take a lot up of my time. A lot up. Yeah, you heard me. I said that right.
Yeah, it's Fairlane Cobra is trying to catch up to the 62 of P. Fulton. P. Fulton able to maintain that gap to, what is it, P5 he's running in right now. Fairlane Cobra just running in 6th. So can't wait to see if he's going to be able to close in on them, because they got to pit one more time, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
so you got to look at the people that are close, you know, like especially Mark McAttack and Ultra Citron, and this 27 car, you know, the newcomer, and the number 62 of Pushing P. Fulton.
Yes, we got a battle for the lead. Mark McAttack to the inside of Ultra Citron. Tired of being the pusher, wants to be the leader. And out of turn 2, he'll be just that. Mark McAttack to P1, Ultra Citron to P2. Now, if you're Ultra Citron, is that move planned so that way you can try and conserve your stuff and let him burn his up?
Um, if Mark wants to make that move, if I'm Ultra, I'm saying go ahead. You know, I'll just sit behind you, and when the time's right, you know, I'm coming for you. So only time will tell, and I'm gonna keep saying that. That should be my new catchphrase. Only time will tell, and I think it's gonna be. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. But no, it's a mandatory second pit, so it's not like. But you can prolong that second pit if you sit behind that 2 car. But it
Yeah, you
looks like
can.
Mark McAtack is actually pulling away. I think the 23 missed turn 3 just a bit, caught the apron, got loose, and that's what let the 2 car get away from him. But he's now back on the bumper of Mark McAtack, trying to stay as close as he can to be able to use that draft down the backstretch to be able to save a little bit of gas and potentially prolong his next pit stop. Be able to pit just a lap later than Mark McAtack to try and leapfrog him.
Most definitely is, and it says that you can get 20 laps to a tank, but I'm pretty sure with these next gens you only get to like 18 laps because these next gens they burn so much fuel, and I don't know what they did to their game. I don't know how they coded it, but I don't know why that's the reason. Because they are slower. You would think with a slower car you would save more gas, but that's not the case. This is NASCAR heat, so welcome guys.
Yes, I'm looking on Ed's in-car, and right now he's estimated 5 laps with 18, now 17 laps left to go as the 2 crosses that start-finish line in the stage. So they will be coming down here shortly, and that's just Ed running on his own. So wondering how much Ultra can save here, just riding behind the 2 car of Mark McAtack. So that'll be
You gotta think
something
about
I'm going to be
strategies too,
interested to
man.
see.
You gotta think about strategies. I mean, I don't know how much is gonna be to go when they pit, but if I'm Ultraman, I'm gonna stay exactly where I am, and I'm gonna pit when that 2 car pits. You know, gives me an even chance to battle him, and you try to be smart with the moves that you make.
Yeah, especially when you had such a good run on him at the end of your last pit stop. As now we see them come down. The 23 noses ahead of the 2 coming through pit lane. They come in dead even down pit road.
As you can see, these guys have fused, and now we got a number 22 car out there, so that's a sight to see. And it looks like they're dead even. Maybe the 23 has the tiniest little centimeter, inch, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I'm kind of curious on who's gonna come out first. As you see these guys, Kamikaze in this 23 car. I don't know if they don't like McDonald's or maybe it should have been a Burger King car. I'm a fan of that original chicken sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and here comes Ultra Citron, gonna pull out just ahead of the 2.
Oh my goodness, they're like equal when it comes to gears.
But it looks like the 2 of Mark McAtack might just have the edge. '23 of Ultra Citron tries to use that side draft. It's gonna be Mark McAtack. It's gonna come out just an edge. Unless Ultra Citron can use that high side to get a run down the front stretch. It's not gonna happen as we now come to the closing laps of this stage.
How many do we have to go?
I'm waiting for 77 to come across the line. That way I can get a general idea, but the 23 is still riding that high line as we now have 13 coming 2 laps to go in the stage.
What does that
Mark
mean? 13,
McAtack.
2 laps to go?
13 laps to go in the stage.
All right, cool.
As Mark McAtack continues to lead Ultra Citron. Now, at Charlotte, because I've never actually raced here, is it possible to fall back a little bit and through the corner be able to like work up a run to try and pass them on corner exit and down one of these straightaways?
Most definitely, it's something that we could see. As you see, Ultra, he was a little bit further back. We're gonna see how strong this draft really is. As you watch him, is he gonna get a huge run coming up to this number 2 car? And the move that you just said is it's happening right in front of your eyes, and he's right back on the bumper. So yeah, definitely something that we could see. Honestly, I was not sure, but usually it works at every track depending on how strong that draft is. But you cannot forget this is low draft, and usually you need 3 cars to make it happen. But there's the tiniest bit of draft, and you see Ultra falling back and gonna try the same move. It looks like.
Yeah, I think I saw him miss turn 1. Just clipped that apron and shot his car a little high, had to let out. As I think Mark McAtack is trying to, run in that 23's footsteps to try and prevent the run that we've been talking about from happening. Dang. The Citroen still able to make it happen, just runs that second line, able to come down through the corner. And now he might be able to get a run on the 2 down the back straightaway. I think he might be able to put his nose on his quarter panel now. Oh, yeah, gives him a bump into turn 3. What a run he had going into turn 3. Absolutely gave the 2 car a shot to let him know that he wants by.
Most definitely, you cannot forget about that 3-tap rule. One of the moves that was famously used by Ted Christopher, a modified driver, and the first bump's letting him know you're here. The second bump saying, hey, get out of my way, and if you don't get out of the way, the third bump, he's going to move you. So we may just be seeing that right now.
Yeah, as we see the 12 car come by to make, or 2 car come by to make it 8 laps to go in the stage. I think if I'm Ultra Citron, just laying back and still practicing the run. And how do you balance trying to practice that run, but also not burn your stuff up so that way you can make that run when you want to?
Very good question. I don't think there's really a way to balance it. I mean, yeah, there's not really a way to balance it. Just you know, this is the first stage. Get your jitters out, see what you can do, because you gotta. This is a 3-stage race. This is a long one, and it's better to know what you can do in the first stage than not know what you can do in the last stage or find out during that stage.
Yeah, watching Ultra Citron just try and form a run. When he thinks he has that run, he pops to the outside of the 2 car. But just unable to form anything yet. And that 2 car of Mark McAtack doing such a great job of cutting off that run and putting the block on the 23 of Ultra Citron so that way he can't get underneath them. Really doing a good job of protecting that inside line. As you see, when he comes off that turn 2 exit, he drops right to the bottom, cutting off Ultra Citron from getting to his inside.
Most definitely, and I'm just wondering what's going through Mark's head. We haven't seen this, somebody on his bumper, you know, all season long that I can remember. Just like this, you know, just following in his footprints and just staying up with him, just chilling. It only makes me wonder, man.
Yeah, as we now have 4.5 laps left to go in stage number 1. It may be a long race, but these laps are flying by just as fast as these guys are. Now coming to 4 laps to go. Ultra Citron might just be sitting behind him right now, trying to save what he's got left in that car. He knows how to make that run. He knows where he can make it. Right now, it's just being able to make sure that you can make it and not burn your stuff up just practicing it. But the 2 car, absolutely on rails, blocking every single advance that 23 car makes. As right now, he's to his inside. Ultra Citron to the inside of Mark McAtack in the closing laps at stage 1. He is there. Ultra Citron through turns number 2. Cuts across the nose of Mark McAtack, shoots to the bottom with him, puts the block on. 23 to the lead.
Smart move made by that number 23, and right place, right time, and usually Mark's that guy, but it seems like Ultra is right now.
Yep, 2 laps remaining in the stage. Mark trying to maximize that corner entry, makes contact with the outside wall, trying to get as much as he can on corner entry. Shoots to the bottom. The 23 doesn't go all the way to the line. Mark McAtack back to his inside as we are coming to 1 lap to go on the stage. The 23 tries to squeeze him down, get him to let off. It doesn't work. Mark McAtack in full attack mode right now as he moves back to P1 as we have 1 lap remaining in stage number 1. But the 23 isn't going away on his outside. He's sticking with him, putting the side draft on. As now they're going to drag race down the backstretch. They have a lap car in front of him. Will he play a factor in this? The 23 sticking with him, drives it a little too hard, hits the outside wall. Mark McAtack will win stage number 1. Ultra Citron tried to pinch him through turns 3 and 4, coming to that white flag. It didn't work, and Mark McAtack was gone from there.
Most definitely, man. And you guys can see it up on the screen. This is one of my little surprises that I got for you guys. And if you can read, you know what it is.
So, I might pop in. I want to see what it looks like.
No, yeah, most definitely. And how about a word from our
sponsors? Oh, I like that.
Oh, yeah, it looks beautiful, man.
That was definitely cool. And while I keep mumbling on, I'm going to pull it up. All right, yes, do what I didn't do a lot of on Thursday, which I apologize for doing so, but we're going to make up for it here is MFF Motorsports. We're going to give a shout out to, along with Chris's Auto and Towing LLC, J-Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, The Super Squad, ESMN Everything Stop Motion Network, FTR Racing League, the North American Racing Series, and MinaPeach.com. And also, I don't know if he's still there, but Mark McAtack as well. As we go green flag again at the start of stage 2 with the 2 car. Leading them down as Ultra Citron is quick to drop to the inside to stop that 8 car of Nomad. Getting to his inside as now we see Kari trying to fight his way back. Now into the top 5 and potentially more, pushing the 27, past the 62. P. Fulton hits the bottom, loses the run, and will not be able to get to P. Fulton's inside as now that 27 is sneakily moving himself up. Move Fairlane Cobra up to P4, and now Nomad in the 8 car, who's been running in that top 5, is now running 3rd right on the bumper of our leaders.
Most definitely. As you see this number 27 of Fairlane Cobra looking to give this party an earthquake and get himself in that top 3.
Yeah, as now we see the 23, the 2 car misses the corner, I think. I was looking away, getting the stream back up, but now the 23 and the 8-2 is inside. Now the 27 of Fairlane Cobra, the winner of stage 1, gets the block put on him by the 8, has to let off. Fairlane Cobra will move himself to 3rd. Oh, he makes contact with the 12 through the tri-oval, trying to squeak down in front of him, as now he cuts the nose off of P. Fulton from 1st down to 5th. As MFF Kari continues to march his way back through the field, as now the 8 car wants a shot at the lead. He's going to shoot to the inside of that 23. Through the tri-oval, they're drag racing to the line. Nomad will lead that lap, and getting help from that 27 car will now become the leader of the race and cut off the nose of the 23. Tries to put the block on the 27, but the 27 was just underneath. His bumper is now Fairlane Cobra, to the inside of the 8 of Nomad, who's up there with the 23. They run it a little too high. Has to let off to keep from hitting the wall. Excuse me, Fairlane Cobra to the point, and who else but MFF Kari to the inside from the back of this field from that speeding penalty he had on the first green flag pit stop of the race. Move him up to P2. And let's not forget, actually, this battle isn't over as now Mark McIntyre looks to sneak to his inside. Kari now 3 wide. Gonna have to stay on the outside and shoots it too high. 3 wide still through turn 2 exit. P. Fulton to his inside. The 8 car stuck in the middle. The 23 decides to go with Nomad as Kari's up into the wall. The 23 gets loose through turns 3 and 4 and makes the problem worse. Kari, who is just fighting for second, is now back up front. Mark McIntyre, after dropping to 5th, shoots back to the lead. And where's the 23?
23
Ultra
has
Citron.
gotten corrected.
He was running second, and now has to watch as Mark McIntyre gets back to the lead, but he's got a good run on this group of 5 ahead of him, who are trying to sort themselves back out. Had a really good turns 3 and 4, and we know he's got that top 2 speed. So we're going to see how fast it's going to be, how fast he can close on that 8 car of Nomad, who's just trying to stick in the draft of, I believe that's the 50 car of Shack Attack, who is in legit last, about a half a track away from the top 2, and now is about, what, 3 car lengths from the leader now.
Most definitely, man, as Shaq made some adjustments, and he's up here to battle. As you see, Fairlane Cobra making an appearance up here, and Mark trying to pull away, but Cobra said he's not letting that happen. And
No.
it's crazy to see how far that 23 of Ultra Citron has dropped, but he has caught that number 8 car in Nomad, and he looks like he's going to try to work together with him.
Yeah, you definitely want to partner up right now, especially when you know that 2 car doesn't, and this isn't a dig, but he doesn't really have that strong opponent that he had when the 23 car was behind him. So you know the 8 car is fast, and you know that you're fast. So definitely wanting to pair up knowing that 2 car is not getting the help that he wants.
If you look at all 3 groups that we have, from 1st to 6th, we have groups of 2, like you said, pairs, and Nomad's catching that number 62 car, and looks like they're going to make another run for it.
Yeah, especially with the 27 falling back. I think he might be dropping back to the 50, trying to make it a train of 3 to try and make a run on the 2 car to try and snake him back to 5th again as a 2 car. Shoots it high. The 27 looks to his inside. Didn't have enough there. The 2 car comes down, cuts the nose off, and cuts that run dead in its tracks. It's a 27 now. Gets caught on that outside as the 50 of Shack Attack moves to his inside to take P2, and P. Fulton up to P3. The 27 will fall back to P4 now.
Shaq's looking to take a bite out of Mark McIntyre. And these two haven't met each other on the track yet, so it's going to be interesting to see how these guys battle when that number 50 of Shack Attack comes at Mark.
Yeah, and if you're in that 50, you saw that 27 got a good run down that back straightaway on the 2, and you know that Mark McIntyre likes that high entry into turn 3 to really cut turn 4 down. Like you're seeing right now. Are you waiting for that to happen again? As now he misses the exit of turn 4, and he's going to get freight trained again. Shack Attack to the lead. P. Fulton to P2. And Mark McIntyre with no help, showing you how important help is, as they had no problem getting by him, as he is now caught back to the bumper of the 27 car. A Fairlane Cobra trying to work with him. Oh, I thought he had to run at it. I thought he had to run through the tri-oval.
I don't think we've seen this out of Pete Fulton. And as I was saying earlier, before the race even happened, is Pete Fulton was recovering from a flu, and I think it's all gone as he's in P2 right now, looking to get that lead from Shack Attack.
Yeah, as we've been really non-stop action since the drop of this green. We're now 16 coming to 17 laps through stage 2. So definitely not done yet as the 62 trying to create his own run, which I think he might have just done. Pete Fulton to the inside of the 50 of Shack Attack with Mark in tow, giving him a good push down that back straightaways. Here comes the 8 car of Nomad, who's rejoined the chat. As now the 23 is caught back to the leaders. And I think now we're going to see cars pitting. Yes, we do, but the 50 and the 27 stay out, and the 12 car of Kari will stay out. So different strategies right now. We're going to wait to see how this works.
I'll be honest with you, I think the better move is staying out because these guys are going to have so much room and they can blast right through pit road. And a lot of those other guys had to check up early, and I wonder if any speeding penalties came out. I mean, it looks like everybody got through it clear, but like I think the whole field pitted. And these 3 have stayed out. Oh, 4, never mind. As Keith is going to stay out again.
Wow, he is definitely trying to stay on his own strategy through this as we continue through stage number 2 as Ultra Citron comes out of P4. Mark McAttack will come out ahead of these 4 guys, but we know that Mark McAttack is vulnerable when he has no help. So if you're some of these guys trying to get past a car you know is fast, are you going to do again what we saw? Just drop back and let that car behind you help you by him and try and get him by with you?
I'd say the best thing to do is just stick it out, you know, find out who your friends are and, you know, work with them as these guys are spread out again.
Yeah, I think that's what we're seeing too, especially when you got these many cars coming back up through the field, rejoining as the 2 back out in P1 by a large margin. As I think the 62 is trying to work his way back to that 8 car of Nomad, who doesn't really feel like working with anybody right now. Shoots to his inside through the tri-oval, and now move Nomad up to P2, as we definitely still have one more pit stop left in this stage, as we are now 20 laps, I believe, through stage 2.
You cannot forget that Shaq stayed out, man, and you can see Shaq in the back of this pack just by a little bit, and he's going to make his way up as this long run comes. You're going to see him start getting through this field pretty quick, and these guys are pairing up again. And you can see that huge lead by Mark McAttack. I'm not going to lie, I don't know how he got that, but he did it. Did I miss something?
No, just a really good pit exit. He came out 2 or 3 car lengths and just got up through the gears masterfully and was able to create that gap. But also, I think it was Pete Fulton dropping back as well to get back to this group of now, what, 6 cars behind him? So there's a little bit of Mark McAttack pit exit, and also Pete Fulton running a little bit of strategy, trying to get himself some help early.
Yeah, and honestly, I was not expecting that, but you cannot forget, these Shack Attack has fresh tires, and who else stayed out with him? There was one more person. Was it the 8 of Nomad, or was it Pete Fulton?
No, it was Kari who stayed out with him, and the 27 of Fairlane Cobra. There were 3 cars that stayed out. He's right behind the 50 car. As now we go up and see the 23 of Ultra Citron to the inside. They make contact out of turn 2. Ultra Citron through to P3. As now if I'm that 2 car and I see guys with top 3 speed behind me that are going to be working together again to get up to my bumper, I might be a little bit worried and really practicing my evasive maneuvers, as I know that they're going to be charging hard and fast for that lead.
And somebody that Seemed like he abracadabraed, I'm not gonna lie, and that is Garv, as he's behind this number 12 car, and they have a huge gap, so I wonder what happened to him. Seems like maybe he just got shuffled out from all the battling that happened.
Yeah, we've seen that happen earlier at the start of the stage. Big battle is starting to happen, and guys getting shuffled back. We saw it happen to Ultra Citron, who's now, as I talking about him, to the inside of the 8 car. The 62 comes with him. 23 of Ultra Citron past the 8 car. The 62 lets the 8 in as Ultra Citron, after getting shuffled through the field, gets put to P2 again.
Yeah, and Ultra looking to run down this number 2 car, Mark McAttack, and that
Oh, the 62 on the wall!
Car. And these guys are starting to get lined up, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars lined up chasing that number 2 of Mark McAttack. Will they catch him? I mean, 1's better than 6, but we're gonna still have to see how patient these guys are and how well these guys work together.
Right now, I'm just looking to stop making passes and really look to just running down that 2 car, because that benefits everybody. I know the positions benefit you, and I know there's points on the line, but you see there's 1 point sitting right in front of you, and if we work together, that's a point for all of us if we make it work. So that would be the message I'm trying to convey. Now I think we see the 23 using that high entry that he was doing in stage 1, trying to maximize corner entry to get the most on corner exit to just reel in that 2 car, which I do believe they are doing. As now, I think they might be closing in. They are. They're about a full straightaway from our second to last place car, technically, because the 5 car is our last place car, and he's currently out of the race. But right behind, right ahead, is the 77 car of Edtho, who is really looking to have a good run today, but unfortunately, the pit strategy is just not there.
Yeah, as you can see, Ultra looks like he was creating a nice little gap between him and that 8 car, and I wouldn't be surprised if I see Shack Attack move up, you know, with them fresher tires, and I'm trying to think who'd be the fastest one out in front, and it'd probably be between Kari and Shaq.
Yeah, whoever stayed out that extra lap would probably be the fastest ones. But it's really just a patient game right now, as I believe we have about 17 laps left in this stage. So definitely still have that 1 pit stop left. Now, because they've only pitted once so far, right?
Yep, and we could see the 27 dipping down pit road, a little short pitting action, and we're going to see how much time he gains. Will it be enough?
Yeah. Now, if you have this group and you know that you can go that extra lap, are you pitting with the 2 car, or are you going to stay out a little longer as a group to be able to make sure that that 2 car stays on that island by himself, and you know you have people that can work with you?
Well, you got to think about the consequences, man. If they pit with that 2 car, you know damn well that 23 is going to be pushing it, and it might cause a speeding penalty, but everyone else is going to push it, and it could cause some black flags to go around, and you never know, man. And did the no 50's still there, but you never know what's going to happen, and if they all short pit and everything's all good and clean, they're going to be catching Mark a little bit quicker as they all dip down pit road. And
oh, 23!
Yo, he just did a 360
no
no-scope. He did a 360 no-scope. I think he might be fine. I'm not going to lie, because if
yeah, but the question is, did he shoot himself?
He could have sped. I'm not sure, but that was a 360 no scope.
Oh
I'm not
no,
gonna lie.
somebody just got a black flag. Is it that 23 of Ultra Citron? I believe it might be that 23 car. Not what we want to see. If it is, the 50 and the 2 are out. Oh no, I think the 8 car also got hit with a speeding penalty. Is now here comes the 15 and the 23.
I think every single one of them sped.
Yeah, he sped good too, because now Nomad is coming off of pit road.
Nomad pitted with them, so Ultra didn't speed.
Wow.
I don't think. Unless, like, maybe they took 2 tires. How much is to go?
About 13 laps left, or 12 laps left. I'm going to go with 12, just play it safe.
You're gonna have to have a crazy setup to go out there with 2 tires. 12 laps, you're taking a chance, but what can you do, man? As you see this 2 car back in the lead, and right behind him, it looks like the 50 of Shack Attack, and I think those are the ones that stayed out again. And you know that 27, he pitted early, short pitted, and now he's in P3. But with trailing right behind him, man, you have the 12 and the 62 of Push and PP Fulton, and they're on way fresher tires, so they're probably gonna run this 2-packer down, and we're gonna see some battles on our hands.
Yeah, and I think the 27, I think the 50 of Shack Attack let Fairlane Cobra go by him, because he knows that he'll be the better pusher knowing he's on fresher tires. And that Fairlane Cobra, all he has to do is just keep his car going straight.
Oh,
so
yeah,
that'll be an interesting one to work out.
As I'm a little bit confused on why Shaq let that 27 go. I believe Shaq has fresher tires than he does, so maybe the 27, he just thought he was faster, and maybe they communicated, and they're trying to figure something out, trying anything.
I mean, you got to try anything right now. That 2 car is about ready to win another stage. Way about half a straightaway away from second and third right now. His car, he's still trying to run them down.
But
his 23 has now worked past that 15 of Garv.
Just look at this top 3 so far. These are the junior stars of Phantom, and these 2 newcomers, Fairlane Cobra and Shaq, showing that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with next season.
Ooh, Fairlane drops to the bottom. Letting them go by. Kari going to shoot to their inside. Gets past the 50 of Shack Attack and now moves himself from P4 to P2. And now I think they're going to form back a line again. That might even allow the 62 to be able to catch a little bit of that draft and, run his way to these 3 and make it a 4-car run to that 2 car.
He's pretty far, and I believe we have like 10 to go or 9 to go right now, and Mark's looking to get the 2nd stage win.
Yes, right now we are at 6 laps to go. Potentially in stage number 2, as Mark McAttack has just been killing it on pit exit. Not having a very steady pit entry and really making it work on that exit. And that's why you're seeing him have these gaps. So definitely something these guys are going to have to look for as we come closer to this final stage. Because now we have 5 laps to go.
Also, I just want to bring some light to the people watching. We got 12 viewers right now. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and ring that bell. And let me know what you think about this race so far. Would love to hear some of your answers.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with all this crazy shenanigans we've seen going on on track already. And when stage 3 comes, expect that to amp up ×2, as these guys are now losing each other in the draft now, as Mark McAtack is losing everybody in the field. Ooh, Fairlane. Hearing chatters on the radio. Fairlane losing the draft, staying in P5, but has lost those 3 guys trying to run down the 2 car. Because right now we have 3 laps to go in stage number 2, potentially. Can't confirm that. I'm just going off of what I believe it is. Mark McAtack continues to have that commanding lead, as right now the battle might be behind them, just to see who can finish in P2, as the 50 and the 62 car have found each other again. And I believe I just saw Ultra Citron get past that 27 car. So now move Ultra Citron back into P5, trying to set himself up for a good start to stage 3 after having a terrible pit stop at the end of at the last green flag pit stop cycle. That put him way back into P7, has worked himself back up to P5, but is a full straightaway plus behind our leader when he was just a couple car lengths. As I believe now we are coming to the white flag of stage number 2. Mark McAtack keeping it steady, hitting his marks, trying to keep that good run going. Is he starting to catch up to lap traffic now? I believe that's the 70s. No, that's not the 77 car that's ahead of him. It is actually. Now he comes out of turn 4. The 77 will not be put down another lap, and Mark McAtack will win stage 2. Kari will finish in second. The 50 of Shack Attack will finish in P3. The 62 of P. Fulton will finish in P4. And the 23 of Ultra Citron will round out your top 5 through 2 stages. As now we're going to throw it. That's to my end. We're going to throw a shout out to our sponsors through this stage break, as we want to send a shout out to MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto and Towing LLC, J Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, The Super Squad, ESMN, Everything Stop Motion Network, FTR Racing League, North American Racing Series, Minipeach.com, and Mark McAtack. I know I saw it there on Thursdays. I don't know where it went, but definitely want to throw a shout out to Mark McAtack too.
It's gonna be something to see. Are we gonna see what we've seen in stage 2? Are we gonna see what we've seen in stage 1? We are now halfway through this race, guys.
Yep, as we get the cars stacked up and ready to go for this final stage. Green flag is out. We are underway through stage number 3, the last one. To hit your marks and get your runs is now the 12 car. Cuts the nose off of the 50. You see the accordion effect go down behind him as the 23 had to jump off out of line. Able to get back in line. As now the 12 car trying to get a high run through the high side of turn 3 to get a good exit on turn 4. He does. To the inside of the 2 car, the 12 of Kari goes. King Kari. Stay there and stay off that apron. The 2 car tries to send it in. He does a good job of sending it into turn 1. Gets a good run on turn 2 exit. 12 staying with him as they drag race down the backstretch. The 12 car of Kari. The 15 into the wall.
15 slams the wall.
Misses the corner. Hits the apron. The 12 car of Kari does the same thing, but the 50, I think, is now to the inside of the 2 car. Is that going to bring out a caution? They don't seem to be slowing down yet.
There was only a 1-car incident, it looked like, as these guys are going to start rolling. As you see, Ultra Citron looking for that P2 and P1 position as Mark's going to get Freight Train going into 3 and 4.
Yep. The Shack Attack 50 comes up to block the 2 car, but that leaves room for the 23 of Ultra Citron. This had such an up and down day. Mark Mac attack into the wall. Oh no, the 50. Oh, that is not what you want to see. Mark McIntyre has dominated this whole race. As that brings out the caution.
I think that was a game caution, and I thought we turned those off, but I guess not, but it's okay. As it's going to rack up this field, and everyone's going to get a second chance. Well, like 4th chance, but you know what I meant.
Oh, Mark tried to find a gap that just wasn't there. As he came back up the racetrack, made hard contact to that outside wall of turn 3. As now we re-rack him. And the 2 car all the way at the back of this field having to pit to fix that damage. Ultra Citron will take him to the green flag as we restart here in stage number 3. Kari has an awesome restart on the outside, but we've seen cars struggle to keep that outside momentum. But he's doing a good job of it so far, but Ultra Citron just has a good enough run through turns 1 and 2 and is able to take that lead back. What an up and down day from this 23 car as he's found himself in the front, in the back, in the middle, and everywhere else as the 8 car misses the corner. Oh, able to save it as Mark McIntyre, as we see on that high side, getting the runs he needs to try and work his way up through the field through all these mistakes everybody else is having. But just gets a little too wide through turns 1 and 2 and lets that 50 go back by him. Maybe doesn't have the car he needs to be able to consistently run that high line, as we might see him drop back as we see the 77 car moving up through the field as he's now in P6 ahead of that 2 car of Mark McIntyre as Ultra Citron and MFF Kari are breaking away.
Yeah, as we see Mark McIntyre in the back, we're going to go take a look and see how he's doing. He's being pretty patient right now. He's trailing behind this number 77 at MFF Ed, though. And could this be what breaks or makes Mark's race? Well, we cannot forget we still have 1 more stage because at Charlotte you got 3 stages, so there's still another chance. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about that.
I did also not catch that. I did. Well, I caught the memo, but I couldn't put 2 and 2 together. But yes, no, we do still have 1 more stage break. So Mark McIntyre definitely going to try and play the patient game. Not a game he's used to playing, because he's usually the one playing the pacing game, as he's usually in the lead at this point. But now as we see him get to the inside of that 77 of Ed, though, move Mark McIntyre to P6 as he tries to slowly but surely march his way back up through the field.
Most definitely, these guys are starting to get lined up and, you know, figure out where they're supposed to be and who's their friend at the moment. And Shaq and Mark are now together, as looks like Shaq just let Mark go. And Mark's looking to make his way back up to the front.
Yeah, because if I'm that 50 car, I want to work with the fastest car in the field, and who else to work with than Mark McIntyre?
Most definitely.
Right now we see that 12 and 23 continuing to pace the field here through stage 3. Zed, though, drops to P7 now, as these 2 cars trying to continue to break away from the 8 and the 27 behind them. As now the 2 cars caught their draft and has now caught them. Man, this 2 car is just sneaky fast. As he's now to the inside of the 27, the 8 car cuts the nose off. That'll be enough for you, sir. 1 is enough through that corner, as now he tries to cut to the inside of the 8, and he will do just that. Mark McIntyre marching his way back up through the field on his own, is now back up to P3.
The question is, can he run down these top two cars? As when Mark was in this situation, when he was out front and these guys were in the back, it seems like they had a lot of trouble. So is it going to be the same thing for Mark, or are they going to start making some ground and catch this 23 and number 12 car of MFF Kari and Ultra Citron?
That's what we're waiting to see right now. Or is anybody going to... Well, it seems right now that the 8-car Nomad is willing to work with a 2-car for now. But I think when they catch those top two, it'll be everybody for themselves. As now we see the 8-car take too wide an entry into turn 3. He scrubs that outside wall and loses ground on the 2-car. But he'll be able to make that ground up through the tri-oval as he is now back on him as we enter turn number 1. As he is now closing on the 12 and the 23. Just goes to show you how fast this car is. Just stand alone. Now I think he's dropping back to those 3 cars behind him. Gonna try and see if they'll help him out. See if helping him can help them get these 2 leaders.
Most definitely, and you cannot forget, on to next season, we have Mark McAtack and MFF Kari moving up to the Pro Series to race with the big dogs, as Kari had a few hot seats and did really well at Kansas, and he's right now in P2.
Yeah, no, Mark McAtack has definitely shown that pro speed. But right now he is on the bumper of those 2 leaders, as now he gets inside the 12 car of Kari. Move the 2 car of Mark McAtack back to P2. Is now Ultra Citron. Looks in his mirror and saw a guy who was in the wall about 10 laps ago back on his bumper. We are now 18, now coming to 19 laps through stage 3.
As I think these guys are nearing their pit window, and yeah, they're definitely nearing their pit window, so we should see pits any second now.
Guys, we see that 8-car Nomad on the outside of Kari, trying to see if he can make anything work. That 23 car can't hold the bottom. The 2 car of Mark McAtack to his inside. They make contact out of turn 4. As Mark McAtack retakes the lead. Kari goes with him to take over second. And the 23 of Ultra Citron, who's led a good portion, if not this entire stage so far, now drops to P3, and now potentially more as the 8-car Nomad gets to his inside. The 23 car will drop to P4. He now lets the 8-car go by. He saved himself from getting in the wall there. Now the 2-car of Mark McAtack took 10 laps to get himself back through this field and back to the point, as we are now lap 22. Mark McAtack now back up front with Kari all over his bumper. And the 8-car misses the corner. Nomad shoots high, able to come back down in front of that 23 car. 23, as we now hear on the radios that cars will be pitting this lap. And where will they fall, as Mark McAtack has had the pit stops to beat this race? He takes the dive into the pits.
Everyone gets in there
Kari
safe
on,
and settle.
Yep, no spins. No black flags from what I'm being told and or hearing. As Kari is on the bumper of the 2 car. The question is, where will he be when this is all said and done?
Can't forget about that 50 car. It looks like some short pitting action.
Yeah, him and the 15 short pitted here, trying to see if they can work together to come out ahead of these guys. As now Kari comes out a car length behind the 2 car, but right on his bumper is the 8 car Nomad. So that's definitely a win for the 12, knowing that he's got someone right on his bumper to help him get back to the 2 car of Mark McAtack. The 23 and the 27 had very bad pit stops and now are set way behind those 3 cars.
I'll be back. I'm gonna keep this on.
Alright, we're seeing Kari and the 8 car of Nomad trying to work together here to get themselves back to that 2 car of Mark McAtack. Kari having a really good entry through turns 3 and 4. That's a good entry into turn 3. It was Nomad who had a good exit at turn 4 to keep themselves paired up and closing in ever more on our leader, the 2 car of Mark McAtack. Been the class of the field this whole race and is now looking to continue that dominance on a track where he didn't have the most confidence that he could do this good here. And definitely wants to get all the good runs in before next week when we go to New Hampshire, a track that nobody is excited for from the drivers I've talked to. So definitely looking to get his good runs in early here. Because now the 23 and the 27 have now found each other. And they too are going to try and work together as best they can to catch those 2 in front of him. As I think now the 12 and the 8 have actually made some progress on closing in on the 2 car of Mark McAtack.
As
and
I
now
am
the
back.
goal is to just keep the run steady. Hit your marks through the corners. Don't try and go too low. Hit that apron and shoot your car high and kill your run.
Are we on right now?
Kari.
Alright, cool. I was already on him.
Perfect. No, I was just saying, oh no, it looks like now the 8 car has lost the bumper, Kari. Does that mean that the 12 has caught a little bit of the draft from that too?
It seems like they're catching him little by little, but as the run goes on, I know Kari has a very good long run car, and I don't know how equal him and the 2 car are because they haven't been around each other, almost all race. They've been around each other, but not one-on-one. Well, now it's 2-on-1, but as Kari he misses the entry, and you could see MFF Nomad coming back up to the bumper of that number 12 car.
Well, he didn't miss it enough to really lose pace with that 2 car, but did lose it enough to get the 8 back to his bumper, which isn't technically a bad thing. It just means that now your pusher's back on your bumper, which is exactly where you want him. As we are now 31 laps through stage number 3.
As everything has been settling down ever since these guys have pitted. And I believe they'll be able to make it because they had that caution come out, as you remember, a little bit earlier. As you see, P. Fulton and Eto, not side by side, but they got a little train action going. And you can see the 15 car right behind them.
Yeah, they're just trying to not so much keep up with the leaders, but stay away from that 2 car as best they can to make sure they stay on that lead lap as the 12 and the 8 continue to try and make ground on this too of Mark McAtack, which has just been doing the work of 2 cars in one right now. Just having an incredible run this time. We talked to him too after last Saturday's race at Richmond where he won. He said that he was going to put in a little bit of extra work this week, knowing that this isn't one of his better tracks, to make sure that he can put the fight on. He also said he was going to be more aggressive once he got that win to start the playoffs. So he's definitely showing all that here today.
Most definitely, man. It looks like that this 2 car and the number 12 car, they're equal right now, even with the help of the number 8.
Yeah, they're staying right about an equal playing field, but that 12 is finding his corner and hitting his marks. He might be closing in ever shortly to the 2 car. Mark McAtack really showing off what that long run speed is. Because now he's about 3 to 4 car lengths away from our leader, the 2 car. You can see that Mark McAtack sees that, tries to cut the draft down the backstretch, dropping all the way to the white line. But you don't want to do that too much because that could potentially kill your entry into turn 3 with coming back up and going back down into enter the corner. As now Kari is indeed closing in on the bumper of Mark McAtack down the backstretch. 2 car not taking those evasive maneuvers this time, knowing that it hurt him on turn 3 entry and allowed Kari to just close in on him that much faster. And you know what? I think Kari might just be able to put a fight on here, as now he is there. He is on the bumper of the 2 car of Mark McAtack. What a late run by this 12 car.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us seen this coming. I mean, we talked about it, but it looked like they were equal for a while until the 2 car just tried breaking the draft, and then he lost more speed than he gained.
Yeah, as now we have 10 laps to go in stage number 3. And we have a potential wild finish ahead of us with 2 drivers looking to go in the Pro Series, as Kari putting a couple of bumps to the back corner panel of the 2 car. As now, sounds like Edtho had an issue on track and is now on pit road.
Maybe some guy just a little tiny bit too short. Trying to think when that caution came out.
Oh, I mean, I am hearing a couple of cars pitting this time.
Yeah, so there's
and it is the 8 car Nomad. And the 23 will follow in tow behind him, as the 2 and the 12 will stay out.
There's going to be one more pit stop, man.
Yep, the 2 car sounding that he's going to come this time.
So if I'm Kari, I'm going with him, to be honest with you. You know, but I'm going to try to be side by side with him going down pit road. Yo, he definitely heard me. You seen that? He definitely heard me.
Yup. Definitely taking that wide angle. Be able to carry as much speed into pit entry as you can, but also giving yourself room to be able to be heavy on the brakes to avoid the black flag. And it seems that he did, but I heard we have a stop and go penalty, I believe, for that 77 of Edtho. I believe that's what I heard. But now, oh my gosh, the 12 car comes out miles ahead of Mark McAtack.
Some strategy.
As we now, yep, definitely working on that strategy. As we now have, I believe, 9 laps to go in the stage as the 8 car is now by the 2 to the outside. Move Nomad to potentially P2. As Kari has set himself a full half a straightaway away.
The main question now is, does Kari have the time with this 8 car battling the 2 car? It's going to help him out a lot, but does these guys have the time to run this number 12 car down? Because you got to remember, when you say 2 tires compared to someone with 4 tires, you're about, like 8/10 slow. So, or you're a whole second slow. I said 8. Yeah, I got that right. Yeah, so you need to watch out for that.
Yes, as we have 6 laps to go in stage number 3. Kari pulling the strategy move, and I think he just had a better pit stop because the 2 car is not catching the 12. They're actually running relatively even right now.
Well, as these tires get older, and you got to think when these guys took tires, I mean, it wasn't like they did a whole run. They almost did, but not so much. And it just, time will tell on who's going to win with the strategy. Honestly, I did not see this out of Kari, but he definitely took 2 tires. There is no doubt about it. Well,
I mean, you got to think they came in relatively close, and we've seen cars have come in close and have these gaps with taking 4 tires. It might have just been the 2 car was just slow on pit road. His pit crew might have been slower than the 12.
Nah.
Or than the 2, sorry.
Nah.
Because he's still staying that gap staying relatively the same, as we now have 4 laps to go, coming to 3 to go here in stage 3. The 2 car breaking away a little bit from the 8, maybe closing in a little bit on the 12. It's going to be interesting to see if he can close in all the way before this stage ends.
It looks like it's going to be close, but it doesn't at the same time. It's very hard to tell with how close these guys are, and you can definitely see that number 2 car, Mark McAtack, is chasing him down.
But will he have the time? 2 laps remaining in stage number 3. Kari looking in his mirror, sees the 2 car absolutely diamond through turns 1 and 2, hugged that bottom beautifully, broke away from the 8 car, but didn't seem to close in as much as he would have liked on the 12 of Kari, as we come to 1 lap to go in stage number 3. Can Kari... Oh no, that was actually the end of stage 1 or stage 3. I was a lap behind.
Lied.
Kari will take stage. I lied again. I do that a lot. But Kari will take stage 3 using that pit road
strategy.
Pit road strategy, yeah, and his crew to get ahead of that 2 car. That's a much needed point for him. As we want to throw a shout out to the sponsors while we got the time. Throwing the shout out to MFF Motorsports, Chris's Auto and Towing LLC, J Pace Racing, Everything NASCAR, Firelinks Racing Network, The Super Squad, ESMN, Everything Stop Motion Network, FTR Racing League, North American Racing Series, Minipeach.com, and Mark McAtack to round it off. How will this final stage go? Kari will presumptuously, I believe, be our leader when they take it to the green. As now he is him and the 2 side by side. The 2 car has always started on that inside line. Never once has he started on the outside. As now the 12 leads him to green. In stage 4, the 8 car doesn't have the launch he wants, able to let the 2 car get in front of him. As now Kari leads him out of turn 2. Mark McAtack looking to jump to the inside. He does. all the way down to the white line. He's there to the inside of Kari.
Little mistake out of
Now
that two-car.
Kari, yep, he did not get a good entrance into the corner as he dropped all the way back. Kari able to run the high line so well and break away from the two-car, who's now trying to cut the nose off of the 8. The 8 car having to back out of the throttle, move Ultra Citron up to P3. As now he misses the corner, Ultra Citron into the wall, the 8 car having to check up. Here comes the 50 of Shack Attack. And the 77 of Enzo. Up to P4. As I completely forgot to turn the stream back on, so that's on me too. As now the 12 and the 2 break away from the field. As Kari shoots up the racetrack. Oh, is it 62? They're wrecking in the back.
Ooh,
the 8 car Nomad.
That's definitely a caution. Oh my goodness. P Fulton's not pushing P anymore. He's done. Oh my goodness. Look at that thing. Look at that.
Look at the 8 car.
Where's his teeth at? Oh my goodness. That 27 seen better days, man. That thing's as flat as SpongeBob, man. I don't know what else to say, dude. Look at the front of it. She's totaled. Radiator's gone, bro. Definitely leaking coolant.
Yeah, definitely some wrecking in the back, but luckily the damage looks to be fixed as now we're coming back to green. Mark McAttack back to the point as now the 12 has another good start on the top. He was able to make the high line work before, but the 2 car able to hang on through the corner. He's going to take the lead as now the 50 of Shack Attack goes with him. And now Kari getting shuffled. 77 of Enzo gets loose in the corner. The 12 into the wall. Oh, and they're wrecking again in the back. Kari in the 8 of Nomad, who just had his damage fixed, is now going to have to go down pit road again. Luckily, they didn't put the sledgehammers away yet, so they'll be able to get that fixed a little faster this time. But Kari definitely got a little used up into the corner, got put into the wall, made him go 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Couldn't make it stick, and then they just wrecked from there. Now the 50 of Shack Attack will start on the inside. I'm interested to see how that happened because there was a 2 car that was in the lead. Who cares? 50 of Shack Attack is now back to P1. And Enzo, I believe, is in P3. What a run by the 77 as he finds himself in the top 3. The 50 car trying to protect his position is now the 2 car. Mark McAttack will look to his inside and take the lead away through turn 4 exit as now the 77 continues to ride in P3. As we'll be able to keep it clean and go caution free again. The 62 to the top of the track. Him and Kari make contact. Almost had another wreck, but they stay straight. 12 car hits the apron, got loose up into the 62. They're all good now. As the 12 car of Kari able to march his way up back through the field. The 77. Of Enzo continuing to fall as the 8 and the 62 make contact into turn 1. They keep it straight. No caution. As the 23 and the 50 close in on the 2 car of Mark McAttack. The 50 of Shaq. Trying to get to his bumper. They got a good run down the front stretch. The 50 of Shaq able to really keep the bottom on that corner. Allows him to get that good run on the backstretch. Using the draft. Looking to the inside of Mark McAtack. Not able to make it stick. As Mark will continue to lead. Man, that was an interesting little cautions breed cautions we just had there. '23 of Ultra Citron gets a good run into turn one. Him and Kari will take over second and third, and Shaq will drop to P4. As now Ultra Citron, who's been in every possible position on this track, as everyone else has as well, finds himself back in P2 on the bumper of the two cars. They make contact into turn one. Both check up. Here comes Kari to their inside. As Mark slowed through turns 1 and 2, Kari goes up the track, trying to use the run on him. The crossover. Mark just on the white line. Stops the run dead.
Kari's trying to get up to this front position, and you can see the 50 of Shaq Attack, you know, trying to get a top 3. He has only been here for one race and looking to improve and just keep getting better every week as he's moving himself into that top 3 position.
Yeah, as we saw Ultra Citron have a good run on the 2 car, got loose, and then actually, 2 and him got loose. The 12 car was able to get by the 23, had his nose under the 2, but had to check up. But he's there still, as now the 50 is back in P3. Looking to see if he can help the 12 car or himself to that lead if those two inevitably get squirrely together. That 12 car trying to hold that bottom as best he can. The 50 to the outside. The 23 of Ultra Citron. Back to P3. 50 to P4. Kari stays on the bumper of the 2. The 2 hits the apron. Kari to the inside. The 23 to his bumper. Mark McAtack back to P3. The 50 couldn't close in enough to keep him there. As now, can these guys be able to stay in front of him? We've seen the 23 of Ultra Citron have problems holding the inside, but he looks to the inside of the 12 of Kari to be able to take away the lead, or at least try to, as they stay side by side. Oh, and Kari hits the wall out of turn 4. Ultra Citron, Mark McAtack, Shaq Attack all go by as Kari drops to P4. As Ultra Citron resumes the lead for the 4th or 5th time, however many times this race. And Mark McAtack finds himself in P2 as he hits the apron again and gets loose. The 50 of Shaq is there to his inside, and the 12 is right on his bumper, looking to shuffle the 2 car back again. Oh, and the 50 gets a little loose through turns 1 and 2. Makes the 2 have to check up and allows the 12 car to get back to his inside. Is now Mark McAtack drops to P4. Shaq back to 2nd. And Ultra Citron gets... Plug my headset.
Why you gotta do that?
Just... Ultra Citron gets to be the one through that whole sequence. That gets to be the one that watches it through his mirror and not the one who has to be involved in it.
Ultra Citron back up front, looking to get this win down, man. This is the last stage where it all matters and where you finish. And this is nowhere near what Richmond was, and I think Mark's noticing that as he's falling back to 4th place right now and battling Kari.
Yeah, as we now have 25 laps to go in the final stage of race number 2 of round 1 of these playoffs for the Pro-Am Series. And what a race it's been. We didn't know what we were going to get when we came to Charlotte. We knew we were going to get a long race, but man, has this been full of great battles, drama, and cautions, which I didn't think we were going to see as many as we did. But right now, these 4 have been the class of the field, and they're showing it. Everybody else falling back behind them as these guys continue to separate themselves from the field. And the 23 of Ultra Citron continues to lead them around. Right now, he is really able to hold that bottom this time.
Shaq putting together a good run. I mean, first stage, we seen him nowhere to be found. Second stage, he said, hey, I'm back. And third stage, he was up there too, and he hasn't left. So Shaq looking to put a good run together. And it seems like Mark is just chilling out, being patient, just waiting it out and see what happens. You know, we seen him when he actually tries and gets to the field. Third stage, we seen him friggin'. Dude was like Sonic, bro. I don't know how to explain it. He made his way from the back to the front very fast, and I feel like he knows what he can do, and he's just chilling right now.
As we now see these guys come down pit road, here comes your top 4 for what I believe is their final pit stop of the race, I think.
This is their second pit stop?
Well, we have about less than 20 laps to go. About 21, actually. That's not less, but we have about 20-ish laps left in the race.
I think there's still one more pit stop. Because these guys can only make 18 on the tank.
All right. Well, this will be interesting to see how these final laps go. As the 12 car is out of his pit, the 50 out of his, they come out ahead of the 2 car. And now MFF Kari's pit crew has been lights out so far. He comes out ahead of the 23. Kari will resume the lead, and the 23 will drop to P2. The 50 stays where he was, and so does Mark McAtack in the 2, except for position-wise, where Kari and the 23 have separated themselves by a good, I wanted to say a mile, but it's really not that big. It's about a good half a straightaway away from 1st to 4th.
Could we see a repeat winner, or could we... Actually, there's only one person that can be a new winner, and that's Shaq Attack, because you cannot forget, Ultra won at Daytona, and that was in the beginning of the season. He has not won a race since and been himself in a little slump, and he's looking to end it tonight. And if you look at Kari, he has Phoenix, and there's one other track, I believe. But somewhere else. But, you know, Shaq Attack, the rookie, the newcomer. And Mark, of course, with 7+ wins on the season.
Yes, we're now going to be coming to 8 laps to go. Or no, not 8 laps to go. 18 laps to go, might be.
You silly goose.
Hey, I corrected myself.
I give you props.
So we're expecting one. Yeah, we're expecting one more pit stop, and then it's all the way to the checkers. But right now, it is Kari's pit crew being the real MVP here at Charlotte. Kari been able to regroup from all the mistakes he's had all race. And I believe it was Kari who had the early race pit penalty. And has been able to work his way back to the lead. and by a good margin away from the 2-car Mark McAtack, but he still has the 23 of Ultra Citron on his bumper in the way to make the move, and he is now to the inside of the 12. The 12 misses turn 3. Hurts him on turn 4 as Ultra Citron will take back the lead. The 12 of Kari will drop to second, and that just moves the 2-car ever closer as now Edtho will drop down pit road as we look to potentially start the last section of green flag pit stops. Now, if you're the 2-car, are you looking to get by these guys, knowing especially how good Kari's pit crew has been so far?
Huh? What? I was zoning out. My bad.
Oh my God. I said,
I was
if you're
zoning
the
out.
2-car, absolutely zooted. But no, if you're the 2-car Mark McAtack, are you going to be a little less patient knowing how good Kari's pit crew has been? Knowing you still have that one more pit stop to go?
If I'm Mark McAtack, what I'm expected from that 12 is a strategy play like he did in the last stage. Yeah, we might see it again. You never know.
Yeah, as Ultra Citron continues to pace the field. Everybody trying to coordinate when they pit next. Ultra Citron continuing to pace the field. Mark McAtack laying and waiting. They're in third. Next lap might be the lap that they all come down to make their final pit stop of the race.
And you cannot forget, these guys have gone to hell and back. You know, each of them, Mark, Kari, and Ultra, they have went to the back, to the front, and you got to be a hell of a driver to do that, man. And it's a very good sight to see, especially with Mark, how fast he made himself go from the back to the front. I thought it was ridiculous, but look at where they're at now, man. You got 3 winners, and then you got the rookie in 4th.
Yes, now this could be the lap that we see the decision be made to come down pit road, make that last green flag pit stop. As we now, I think at the end of the green flag pit stops, we'll have 9 laps to go. Right now, 11 laps left in this race, give or take. Still, nobody comes down. Ultra Citron continuing to pace the field with Kari and Mark McAtack laying in the wings. Mark McAtack wasting no time, jumping to the outside, has a run on the 12-car of Kari. Kari shoots up. Mark McAtack has a great run through turns 1 and 2, but has nobody there with him to keep it going. As the 12-car of Kari back to his inside, able to stay there through turns 3 and 4. Kari trying to get back ahead of this too. Is now Mark McAtack staying with him on the outside. They're drag racing, and the 23 is happy to see it.
Most definitely, as the 2 cars looking to pass that number 12 on the outside, and Kari coming back to fight him.
Yeah, this is an interesting battle. That 2-car, I've seen the potential to have that high line speed. Right now, he's showing that he does, or at least able to stay side by side with the car, but now drops back down. Doesn't want to burn his stuff up too much, knowing that these guys could stay out a lap longer than him, or... Nope, I thought that was going to be a sign that they were going to come down this time, but no. They stay out. As we now have 7 laps, at least in this race. And And I do believe they still have to come down that one more time. Unless by some ungodly reason they can make it to the end. I know we've had cars come down already. Ultra Citron and Kari getting a little bit squirrely through the tri-oval, but able to regroup into turn one.
This is going to be one hell of a battle that we are going to see with these top three battling it out for the win. There is so much that can happen in just one lap. As you see the 23
as now the 23 comes down, the 12 of Kari, and the 2 stay out. And an interesting move by Ultra Citron, not choosing to go with the 2 and the 12. So that must mean the 12 and the 2 will come down this time by, as we will have around 5 laps to go when this is all said and done. As here they come, Kari and Mark McAtack side by side down pit road.
This is going to be
I'm going right to the 23 of Ultra Citron.
Oh my goodness, man, this is going to be some excited stuff. And Ultra Citron, no penalty, gets through it fine. And it seems like the other two were fine. Oh my goodness, you guys are in for one hell of a battle that it was looking like to shape up to be. That was in English.
Right now, the 12 pit crew has been excellent as now the 12 is out. He will come out just at the same time as Mark McAtack, but he will come out ahead.
No tires.
I don't think the 12 took any tires, or the 2 took any tires either. I think that was a gas and go. I think, though, Ultra Citron did take tires because he was in there considerably longer than the 12 and the 2.
Oh my goodness. So, if you remember back at Pocono in the Pro Series, the last time we see 2 cars go against each other with no tires was Elvin Priest, that's me, and Flash 9, and we could see one hell of a battle here to the end.
Yep, as Mark McAtack looks to the outside of Kari. Kari able to hold the bottom and thwart the effort and put Mark McAtack back behind him. As where's the 23? He's gone past the 50. I think getting tires might have hurt his chances at a win today, as the 12 stays ahead.
As you can see how defensive he's going to be in Wallbridge. How about you take us home? How much with 3 to go? You got to give the best ending ever for Phantom history, and when that happens, give it your all, man, because I know I can't do that.
Yeah, as we see Mark McAtack working every angle, trying to find that line to get past the 12 of Kari. Kari gonna dive it to the paint to make sure that 2 car cannot get to his inside, because he knows if that happens, it's over. As he overshoots turn 3, Kari overcooks turn 3, trying to get back up on his racing line. The 2 car Mark McAtack to his inside. That might have been it. That was it.
Oh my goodness. What a crossover by Mark McAtack. All Kari had to do was just stay low, but he left it open and Mark McAtack took it, and Mark McAtack gets the win tonight.
Oh, Kari just couldn't get reset after protecting the paint down the backstretch. Went up and missed the entrance of turn 3, allowing Mark McAtack to his inside, and lets him go by. Mark McAtack had to earn it today, but he is your winner at Charlotte.
And all we've seen was racing out there. We've seen people go from the back to the front, man. And people just got stuck on the outside, you know. It's racing. It's what happens. And That was one hell of a show, especially at the end. That was one hell of a pass by Mark McAtack to secure another win.
Mm-hmm.
As I think most of them are already in the chat, and I'm gonna let you take away interviews.
Are they in there? I didn't see anybody join.
Well, we'll have to wait then. Hold on.
I haven't invited him up here yet. As it was
Well,
Mark McAtack.
we're already in the Phantom booth, so
Was it McAtack, Kari, and Citron?
I'm pretty sure.
Let me go back here. It was Fairlane Cobra.
Fairlane Cobra got a top 3.
Yeah, he finished ahead of Ultra Citron.
What a finish, man. Dude, if I was a commentator, I think I would have jumped out of my seat, through my ceiling, not gonna lie. But if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, make sure you hit it. We're about to get right into interviews, and if you want to see more good racing like that, definitely hit the subscribe button. Ring that bell, please.
Man, I feel like I underperformed at that finish, though. You set me up so well. I feel like I underperformed. Now we're still waiting for drivers to enter the booth. Oh, I do like that winner, though. I do like that new winner banner. That is sweet.
Yeah. As we are waiting for the top 3.
Yeah, they still have not. Did they miss the memo on how this works? Like,
I
the
don't
end of the
know, man.
race, y'all come into the booth and we do interviews and we show your car on stream while we talk to you. Like, this is not new, but I'm pretty sure they're still working through their breathing exercises after that close finish that we had. There's Mark McAtack, our race winner, now in the booth. We'll wait on Kari and Fairlane Cobra to join in. As you know, we like to save that winner for last. And let him hog the spotlight. Oh, Kari could probably join if he was added to the group. That would
I just did that.
probably help. I just saw that you did that. That's why I said it. Hey, there we go.
We're missing
Kari now in
one
the
more
booth.
person, and
I
that's
think we have to
Fairlane
add two to the.
Oh, and Fairlane.
Fairlane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I got.
That's right.
There's Fairlane.
There we go.
Now
All right.
everybody is in the booth. We're gonna start here with our third place racer. I believe he's a part timer, correct?
And now
I
he's
guess
full
so.
time.
Yep, joined.
Oh, he's full time? Well, Fairlane, good race by you. You were like everybody else, fighting your way up and down through the field. Walk us through this P3 finish.
Just trying to stay out of the way out of there. You know, it's I'm new at this, so I want to give a shout out to Loaderman there for setting me up with the car this week. And anyways, hopefully I didn't cause any trouble.
Yeah, we saw you definitely up and down through the field. Do you think there was anything you could do with the car to kind of help you out? I saw that you were having, I believe, a little bit of trouble with that whole pushing game. Was there anything to set your car up a little better to help you with that?
Yeah, I was dropping around a wedge towards the end there. That helped quite a little bit, but I didn't like to drop the wedge on the restart. Made it a little too loose, so I dropped the wedge during the pits.
Yeah, well, So going forward in these playoffs, what's the next track that you're going to be looking for?
Well,
Or forward
Talladega,
to?
I guess. Talladega.
Awesome. Well, hey, congratulations, Cobra, on an awesome, well-deserved P3. And we'll see you next week at New Hampshire.
Yep, thank you. Thank you.
As we will now move to P2, MFF Kari, who came up a quarter of a lap short of coming away with the win. What else, Kari? What could you have done a little bit differently to keep Mac Attack in that 2 behind you and take this one away?
Well, before I start talking, I want to give a shout out to like Elvin, MFF crew members, for like helping me out and stuff. Yeah, so I think if I would have just like kept it straight and not turned the block, I think we would have been like, I think I would have probably came off with it, but who knows to say. It was a good race though. It was very close. Good race.
Yeah, I was saying it in the booth, your pit crew is absolutely lights out. And just walk us through just the rest of your race, really. 'Cause you were up and down through the field, caught up in wrecks in every which way.
So first stage, as the race goes, we had to pit, and I got the black flag, and I was like, God damn. And I know Mac Attack is ahead of me in points, so I just try to shrink that lead as much as I can, but it didn't. First stage didn't go so well, and so the second stage, we just try to do what we can do, work with the field to get back up there. The third stage, try to keep up with Mark, Ultra, and the leaders, pit when they pit, and hopefully my pit crew can get me out ahead of them, so I can have some type of advantage. And the fourth stage, the first stage I was on Mark's. Like when he pitted, I was gonna pit. That's where I was kind of headed, because I know he had the faster car, and I had to like try to gain some type of advantage on him. So I just had to pit when he pit.
Yeah, no. Definitely a good race run by you, and we wish you the best of luck through the rest of these playoffs on yet another good finish by you.
Yeah, thank you.
As we're going to now move to Mark McAttack, who had to earn it this week. This week, Mark, it didn't come as easy as Richmond did. Walk us through your race and setting up that last lap pass for the win.
Yeah, it was it's a pretty crazy race there, especially at the end. Just kind of, I don't know, at the beginning I thought the car was really good, and then in stage 2, especially in stage 3, I just kept hitting the apron a lot and messing up, and kind of just had to tighten the car up a little bit, a little wedge adjustment, and it really helped it. And at the end there was a great 3-car battle with Ultra and Kari as well, and I didn't think I had a chance, honestly, when I saw Kari come out in front with like 5 to go, but luckily we were able to stay right behind him, and the last lap there going into 3, I kind of tried to arc my corner there, and I think, like he said in his interview, he tried to kind of just block and stay on the bottom, and he just slipped up, and the hole was there, and I took it, and luckily we were able to just bring home the win. So I want to thank Elvin, as always, for allowing me to race in the Pro-Am Series, and yeah, that was a great finish there. It was a good, clean finish between myself and Kari, and that's what racing's all about right there. So yeah, hopefully we can keep her going and have a good finish like that next Saturday at New Hampshire.
Yeah, we saw you in multiple wrecks, as we saw literally everybody else do the same. But what was different about your car? Because your car marching through the field was just different. What was it about this car that allowed it to just be able to hold its own better than the rest of the field?
It's hard to say. I think my car really rotated well, especially on the bottom. When I could get it to stick on the bottom and I could run, and I could hit my marks, I think I run anywhere, honestly. So, it's hard to say. I worked a lot on this setup again this week, a lot of practice, and it paid off. So, I think there's a lot of good cars, though, a lot of fast cars. I know Ultra and, of course, Kari. I know this is Kari's track. I know you really wanted to get the win here, but it's great competition, and I have a lot of fun. So, yeah, hopefully we got New Hampshire next Saturday. Not one of my best tracks at all, so it'll be pretty interesting to see how that pans out. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and with these 2 wins under your belt, does that give you a little bit more courage in going into New Hampshire to be just that little bit more aggressive to try and make sure that you can stay ahead on one of your lesser tracks?
Oh, I absolutely think it does. I even said it even last week. It opens up the strategy, if you will, like I said, and I can just take more chances, honestly. Whether it's tire strategy, fuel strategy, whatever the case may be, we're just going for wins now until the next round. So, yeah, I think it opens up the strategy books so we can be more aggressive and go for wins.
Alrighty, well, hey, congratulations on another win, Mark, and we will see you put it down again at New Hampshire next week.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Alrighty, and that will wrap it up for interviews. Thank you all for sticking around for this entire race, including post-race. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe, hit the like button as well, hit the bell after you hit the button, and
Ring
then
that bell.
ring that bell.
You gotta ring
Then
it.
you'll know whenever we go live.
Yeah.